One time.
I have a dream.
Two times.
I want a dream.
One time.
I have a dream.
Two times.
I want a dream.
Three times. I am the dream. First thing that you want to really look into yourself is look at the illness, right? And I'm not talking about an illness when you talk about a physical ailment, but I'm talking about character flaws when you talk about an illness, right? And what an illness is, because we're looking at our weaknesses, right? Because we talk about self-awareness, where I'm trying to go. What's the reality of who I am versus who I'm trying to be, right? So when we start looking at that illness, that's my disadvantage in the world. So when we start thinking about why does the illness come in? Illness comes to an environment, right? So we start thinking about how do you break down an environment? It's the thing that you're in, right? It's the place that you are, the school, the neighborhood, the people that you're around. Even the stuff on your timeline, that's even a part, that's your cyber environment. That's the stuff that you constantly feeding into your mind and people that you follow, right? So when you start looking at the illness in your environment, you can do two things. You can either identify it or ignore it. Most people, they ignore it. Case in point, there was a time in my life where all I did was fight all the time. I had a real anger problem. You look at me wrong, you say anything to me wrong, it's going down. On sight. I heard you talk about me. On sight, it's going down. I heard a dude transfer to another school and sell out about me at another school. I pulled up at the other school. What's happening? But that's an illness. Violence. You see what I'm saying? Because we taught in the Ville, bang them and hang them. We sliding. We finna spin the bin. It's stupid. Because after I spin the bin, I'm doing life. 10 to 15. And this ain't nothing to talk about that we can't be successful, because we can. And maybe you ain't in violence. Maybe your thing is you can't control your mouth. You always running your mouth. You always got something smart to say. You smart as a whip, but you can't shut up. That was another illness of mine too. Teacher say something, I'm like, man, I ain't got to listen to you. Whatever, bro. All right. I always got to get the last word because I can't keep my mouth shut. Am I the only person? We can't keep our mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Show of hands, and we always talking. We always got something to say. You feel me? Let's be real with ourselves. That's reality. And then you got some of us, we don't say nothing at all. We too quiet. Something going on with you, something bothering you, you don't even know how to open your mouth. You're like, yo, they mistreating me. This is that and the third. I don't understand the homework. Did you tell the teacher that you don't understand? Her job is to teach you. I don't understand the play. Hey, bro, can you tell me how to do this play? I don't know how to do this drill. Can you show me how to do this drill? Girl, I don't know how to do my hair. Can you show me how to do my hair? That's how we learn. We got to ask the questions. That's also a part of that illness, right? So we got to identify it, because if we ignore it, it just gets worse.
I definitely would say when you told us we have to have the grind within, you know, because a lot of times I feel like youth can get caught up, you know, in the world and, you know, looking at Instagram, you just see people design their Fendi and a lot of people think like, I can never have that, or, you know, I got to do this bad thing to get that. But you have to have that ground within. As long as you have that ground within, you could do anything.
Wow, that's real. So, like, what's the challenge that you deal with on the day-to-day that you wish, like, you had the answers to, or that somebody could, like, kind of guide you through?
I definitely wish I had the answers to, like, the key to entrepreneurship. You know, because I've always wanted to be self-made and, you know, invest in myself, because I've always wanted to have things for my children in the future and my children's children.
You got no
Something
kids
that
right now,
can, no kids anytime soon. Never. No kids anytime soon. But I'm just saying, you know, a foundation, an empire, you know, because I feel like a lot of families, they don't think about that, you know, what's going to happen when I'm gone, or how's my generation going to be, you know. So I definitely would like the keys to entrepreneurship, to be successful, to make over six figures, you know, those type of things.
So I can borrow $5 from you.
Exactly.
Okay, so like if it was one question that you could ask me that you didn't get a chance to ask me because everybody else was there, like, what would be something that you would like ask that you want me to like get feedback on?
If I had a question I would ask you, I would definitely ask you, what kept you going through like trials and tribulations, and how did you say, okay, well, you're basically an entrepreneur. How did you go from the mindset, I need to get a job and I need to do this, to I'm gonna be self-made?